am back with another video. Today I really wanted to take y'all along with me while I created a project for myself to get Maya's homeschool classroom desk together. So since quarantine started, I am realizing that I am developing an appreciation for things that I already have, and then realizing that there are things that others don't see value in or may not see value in anymore, and realizing that I can take those things and transform them into something that I now see value in. So that's what I did with this table. The table home, and then once I got home I realized that this was actually a solid wood table, so I decided to take the table apart and go ahead and wipe everything down so that I'm kind of starting with a clean surface, and then I went behind that and opened up my sanding sponges that I got from Walmart. They were, I believe, $4.97 for a 4-pack, and there were 2 fine sponges and 2 coarse sponges. So I went on in and started sanding with the coarse sponges. I started with the legs. I went with the coarse sponges and then went on in with the fine sponges and then wiped them off, and then I started on the top of the table. I am big on giving disclaimers, so please let me go ahead and say and clarify that I am not a pro at this. If anyone has any pointers as you watch this video on what I could do differently, or how I could make it easier on myself, then please feel free to drop a comment and let me know. This is a learning process for me. So now that I have managed to sand everything, I grabbed a wet towel and decided to go ahead and wipe everything down so that I can get the dust off. And then I decided to move everything inside, which is why the girls have my camera now, because it looked like it was about to rain. Like I said, I am not a pro at this, but I am pretty sure that rain and paint is not good. This is I didn't go to Home Depot and I forgot to pick up a, what are they called? The ruler that you use to mix the paint. I didn't have that, so we had to put a spatula in some saran wrap and mix everything up. Unfortunately, I have no idea what color this is, but like I said, I got this paint from my mother-in-law. I believe it's Bare satin interior paint, and I am just going over this table with a sponge brush and, well, the sponge attachment to this roller, and I'm just going ahead and coating this first coat of paint and gonna let it dry. I decided not to paint the underneath area, that little bottom dip right there. I decided not to paint that because I thought it would be a pretty cool contrast to leave that brown, and you really can't see it anyway. I am going over this with a second coat of paint. I just knew that I was going to have to put a couple of coats of paint on this table because I did not use a primer. It was not in the budget, and I just wanted to make sure that I could do the table, so I decided to not go with the primer, and now I wish that I had gone with it because I think that this table turned out really well. So here's that third coat of paint, and I only did 2 coats of paint on the legs because the brush actually worked better than the sponge on the legs. feel free to drop a comment below if you have any pointers, aside from the primer, if you have any pointers on how I can do this differently or more effective. It wasn't hard at all, but I am always down to learn new techniques and new ideas. This is just a hobby that I have recently picked up, and I'm loving it so far. So now I have completed 2 coats of paint on the legs with my angle brush, and then 3 coats of paint on the top of the table with my sponge roller. And now it's just time for me to applaud. This is the 2nd coat of paint on the legs, and after this, I'm going to let everything dry. So now I am washing out my paint pan, so that I will be able to use everything again if I want to. I have another project coming up, so I really wanted to make sure that I didn't have to go buy another pan. In about 2 hours, since everything has been drying, and I got Taylor to help me put the table on the ground, and now it's time for me to go ahead and put everything back together. I am going and taking that Allen wrench and screwing in all of the screws. Is the finished product. I'm in love with how it turned out. This picture was the desk at Goodwill, and this was at my home when I finished it. Maya loved it, and her first day of first grade was today, and she had an amazing day in her little classroom nook.